All right, you guys, we are back here on my YouTube channel, Taylor Sadusky. We are welcoming in an introduction to my series. This is Meet the Media. I don't pick favorites, as Coach Prime says, but I do rank them. So here I am back with my number one favorite. He is an OG. I went to college with him, had my media ventures, and got introed into the CU media realm with him. This is Jack Carlough. We're going to bring him on here and get some introductions, and we're going to meet the media. Intro into episode 1. Let's check it out. All right, Jack, tell us about yourself. So, first of all, thank you for being on the show.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited. Yeah, you're a really hard worker, so I'm excited to help you out with this, and looking forward to how the series goes moving forward. Yeah, as you said, yeah, we've known each other since we both started at CU in what was that, 2018, I think? We were both freshmen then. That first year, yeah. Started with Love Sports Live. Yeah, now we're here, both come a really long way. So yeah, it's been the coolest thing the past, I guess, 7 years now.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's gone by in like a blip, huh?
Yes, it has gone fast. Yeah, just seeing how much the media realm has changed with Coach Prime, obviously. But yeah, I'm excited for us the football season as well and keep covering the Buffs.
Exactly. So let's start way back. We can touch on college, get back into that, but let's get back into why you even love sports in the beginning. So back to your childhood and your family life. Let's walk through that real quick here. Can you just talk on that real quick?
Yeah. Was born in Boulder and started playing baseball when I was like 5-6 years old. Baseball was kind of always pretty much my first and only passion. Love basketball and football as well, but baseball is, pretty much the only sport I played growing up. And moved to Longmont when I was 11. Great childhood, of course. Yeah, just playing baseball, going to Rockies games. Yeah, really fell in love with, I guess, sports and baseball when the Rockies went to the World Series in 2007. I think that was kind of like a big turning point sort of for me when I really kind of got into sports. Mm-hmm. Grew up going to Buffs games as well at Folsom Field. Remember going to with my dad in like 2008, something like that. I think they playing Missouri. Kind of got my introduction to CU there. Grew up going to UMC, bowling alley, stuff like that. And yeah, I played baseball in Longmont at Silver Creek High School. Graduated there, and I knew that I didn't play baseball in college. I was considering it, but I still wanted to be around sports. So I decided to get into journalism, got into CU. Yeah, kind of it went from there.
Amazing. Yeah. And then just getting into CU, they do have a great journalism program. Is that what the interest was just checking out like what they offer like in that realm, or what was the draw to be?
Yeah, and just like the level of programs and like the experience that you get covering high level Division I athletics, I think that was very important to me. Obviously I think that's definitely paying off now, even though we're graduated and stuff, but
yeah. Exactly.
And just the opportunities to write for student newspaper, because I worked for the CU Independent for pretty much all my college career, and about Sports Live, I think that was important. Yeah, just with Boulder's in such a great location too, with Denver right down the street. Just so many opportunities around here to cover sports, and I've always loved the area and wanted to stay close to home, I guess. And I guess CU was just a good fit for me.
Exactly. It seems like it's far away enough to like be your own person, but close enough to like not be too far from home. So it's a good little like stint for sure.
Yeah, I guess you
exactly. So taking it back to when I first met you in a cute little club, I like to, throw it back to Buff Sports. As we know, like that specific day, I know I met you on the camera. Me and you were like, do you remember like that day?
Yes. Yeah. Was that? We did like stand-ups in the basement of the Atlas building, right?
Oh yeah, that was the days I felt so awkward. I couldn't even hear myself on camera. I was like, this is so cringy. This is ridiculous, like back in the day.
Those were fun. Did we ever host a show together? I can't remember now.
I don't even know. I think maybe like one, like back like when Vinay and Mitch and all those, like way back in the days, so just throwback, like throwback from the past for sure. So,
Yeah, that was fun.
but
Yeah, I
yeah.
love Vinay. He helped me a lot out early on, and Justin Guerrero also. We had a lot of good
Mhm.
mentors early on that helped us get where we are now.
And then just being in Scobuff Sports, that club aspect of having the credential to get you into games and then to also put yourself out there, whether it's writing, whether it's being on camera. How big is that aspect in your career today, do you think, for an
Yeah,
influence?
I guess I just remember maybe the first thing I did was like in the 2018 season, they were playing New Hampshire, and I think I did like a man on the street thing before that game. I forget who I was with. Might have been with Mitch.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I think we went around the hill and had fun there, and then I just got into. I think they had me working like the camera way up at the top of like the Folsom press box side there, that first game, and just that first introduction, getting to go to the press conferences after the games, that was really big. And then I guess I transitioned kind of more into the writing side of things kind of midway through that season. I guess I always kind of wanted to be a writer, and just went from there.
Exactly. So just talk about what you're doing now. Like, what is your brand right now? Who do you represent? And like, who are you in the press room today?
Currently, I'm the managing editor of Colorado Buffalo's Wire. It is part of the USA Today Sports Media Group. I think there's about like 30 other team sites right now, but it's grown a lot over the past few years. I think I took over this role early in my senior year at CU. So it's like my fourth football season now with Buffs Wire. And I just lead the site. And I have two contributing writers. I want to shout out to Tony Casolo and Harrison Simeon, who's a junior at CU. They've both been a really big help to me. Harrison more recently. So I like look over their work. Decide what we write on. It's a crazy media world right now and covering the Buffs, and you have to be extra diligent, I guess. I hope I'm doing my best, but with just how much mixed information is out there, you got to be really careful with what you write now. Because there's so many on false stories out there, really, that we over the summer.
Probably the most highly trafficked team ever in the nation, probably right now, I would say. Highly.
So I got really lucky with that, I guess, once Coach Prime came aboard. Just the experience of that and getting to meet a lot of like national media writers from like ESPN, The Athletic, USA Today, some of those higher up guys. It's been really cool. So that this wouldn't have happened 3 years ago.
Exactly. And then you just being in that newsroom, being so well established, because like there's new faces in this newsroom that we didn't see when Carl Durrell was here, when Mel Tucker was here. But now that Coach Prime is here, he has cemented his role as the head coach. What is the difference that you've seen with him coming in and being the head coach in your eyes through like the media lens, do you think are the biggest key factors that you've noticed?
Just a lot more energy, I guess, everywhere, like in the building. Obviously the press conferences are way different just with how many people are in there. Just think of the best way to describe it. It's been a whirlwind. It's weird. Just like yesterday, like the press conference we had yesterday, Tuesday. Went to it. I think like Travis Hunter came by and I think was trying to return some shoes from Coach Prime. And then, that happened. And then I went back home and I looked on TV and like that clip's playing immediately. And I'm like, wait, I was just there like 20 minutes. Like media scrums have gone from like 5 people to like 15, something crazy like that. Maybe not that much, probably more like 10. The media after the games has been crazy. Just getting to know so many new people. But it's been fun and really, really great experience for young journalists like ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Sorry, not so young, not having to go cover. I know you personally love covering high school football and like all that kind of level, but not having to like downgrade from covering D1, Power 5, Power 4 football, having to go back to middle school flag football, down, because like you know what I mean.
I do though, yeah. Because outside of Buffs Wire, I do help out with Boco Preps, part of the Daily Camera, and I'm also a writer for Left Hand Valley Courier. So I've kind of seen both sides of it a little bit, or like different levels of sports, I guess you could say. I love covering high school sports. Very fulfilling work, I think, for me. Just seeing how big of an impact it has in the community. That's been really fun the past few years.
Exactly. Basically, y'all, he does it all. And Jack is a one-man show. He's fantastic, as you guys know. He has so much personality, so much poise. I can't say enough good things about him. But with that said, you mentioned that whole draw with Travis Hunter, and that just goes into the whole play of you never know what to expect. Like, we've seen so many celebrities on the sidelines that we're just like, really? And just to never know what's around each corner. And with that, too, as well. Coach Prime himself has even shouted you out, giving you your own name recognition and whatnot. You might have an alter ego known as Jack Harlow. How has that been to have that? I can throw in a little montage clip right here that I made.
Okay, I want to see that soon.
Hey, Coach.
Jack Harlow.
Thanks, Coach. Jack Harlow with Buffalo.
Jack Harlow. How can you be surprised that you're winning in life, Jack? How can you be surprised that you put on a nice outfit and somebody tells you look good?
Hey, Coach. Jack Harlow.
My man.
I did make that. How does that been?
I'm looking forward to that. It's just been crazy. Like every single media member, like that's like the first thing they say to me. They're like, Jack Harlow. It sounds like my name is Jack Carlough, but it sounds like Harlow because I say it too fast, probably. Mm-hmm. I think Coach Prime just always kind of got a kick of that. Even though when I asked him if he knew Jack Harlow last year, he said he didn't. So he just likes my name for what it is.
I love it.
Got to give credit to my parents there. I never got this growing up at all. No one said anything about my name until this past year. Now it's every press conference. It's like, my man, Jack Harlow.
It's not even just him, though. I've seen Shiloh do it. I've seen people be like, that's seriously your name? Like, that's really your name?
Never got this before. I don't know what. Not sure what changed.
Yeah.
I think he compared me to Sam Malone. I think that's something he said. I think it was an old, was it Cheers, I think, character?
Something like that. I'm not cultured enough to know about TV shows like that. But yeah, no, it's something else. But I love it. I think it's so funny. But yeah, that montage is everything. And just and we were even saying too, how cool would it be if Big Noon Kickoff actually brought out Jack Harlow and the first person he meets is Jack Carlough, our Boulder's finest, So how amazing would that be?
That's gotta happen. We do. I think we have some similarities too. He was born same week as I was, 2 years prior, but still March 13th. Really? And I'm March 15th. And he's a New Balance ambassador, and I've worn New Balance every day the past 3 years. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, there you go. Oh my gosh.
He's a little better singer than I am, though. But
hey, well, that means I have to see you sing when he comes out here. You just put yourself on the spot for that, so now you're on the table.
Duet would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's more of a rapper though, so you have to get some bars together. So
I don't know how well I could rap, but
well, start getting your lines together because you're on the spot on Saturday if he's there. So just so you know.
I'll be there.
Amazing. So also too, I'm talking about Saturday's game, Big Noon Kickoff, looking towards Utah. We see the Buffs on a great run right now, win after win, looking towards, we are in bowl eligibility, chasing a bowl game, now looking for what Coach Prime calls the game, that Big 12 championship game that they're eyeing against BYU. What is this game looking like against Utah? They're down their starting quarterback. We know Cam Rising's been out for the longest time. What is this game looking like for the Buffs, down the line?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with Isaac Wilson expected to start for Utah now, I think it should be a good day for the Buffs defense. I think Isaac Wilson, who's the younger brother of Zach Wilson, which is kind of cool, the Broncos' backup quarterback right now. It should be a good day for the Buffs defense. I think Isaac has thrown for, 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He didn't play a lot because they've had 3 quarterbacks play this year. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Buffs defense held them to under 20. I think that's pretty doable right now. I mean, Utah nearly upset BYU last weekend. That, controversial call there at the end.
Yeah. Their last 5 games being within 10-point deficits too. That being a big statistic as well. Yeah.
They've been right there in every game. And even last year's game when the Buffs were in Salt Lake City, it was neck and neck. Even though you can't really compare that game to what we'll see on Saturday, just because the rosters are so different.
Yeah.
That was the game that Ryan Staub started. The Buffs were in that too, definitely. But yeah, I think the Colorado should be feeling good about itself for Saturday. Getting Jimmy Horn Jr. back would be nice, obviously, for that offense. Even though they have enough depth to make up for it. But as Coach Prime was saying, yeah, without Jimmy, that takes away some of the things they like to do on offense. Yeah, I think it'll be lower scoring than the Texas Tech game. But yeah, it should be a Colorado win. At least that's what it looks like on paper.
Exactly. And then just looking to how this Colorado team has shifted from last year. I don't like to focus on last year because that's just so in the past right now, but just looking to how they have performed this year and just been rewritten, basically. What have you looked at has been like, wow, this is so awesome to see? Like either it's been the offensive line, the defensive line, the wide receiver room, or the Heisman talent. Like what has been the focus in your eyes that you're just like, wow, this is pretty awesome to like keep an eye on, at the pulse of all the time.
I mean, going to this year, I mean, pretty much as soon as Coach Prime was hired, like we knew that they would be getting, the top end, playmakers out wide. The running back room still hasn't quite produced to what some may have expected, but probably the most impressive part of this team is the defense and the defensive line, I would say in particular. BJ Green's obviously having a huge year. Samuel Okunola, Jose Wonko, those three been very impressive all year. I don't think anyone saw that coming outside of Boulder, at least. Warren Sapp has played a big role in that too. It's been cool watching him coach on the sidelines. Very animated. Another Hall of Famer out there. Just that D line and then the linebackers too. With Nakai Hill-Green, his emergence has been really, really big for the Buffs. I think like before the season, that he wasn't even expected to start, and now all of a sudden, I think he's a leading tackler right now. Up there at least. Have to double check the stats. Him and Levante Bentley have been really solid there, and secondary, you don't need to worry about that. Similar to the wide receivers room, like as soon as Coach Prime was hired, outside, no worries there.
Exactly. Leading the Big 12 in sacks, 6th in the nation in sacks right now, I believe, and something like that. Or
that sounds about right. Top 10, I'm pretty sure.
Something pretty awesome. So, I mean, it's just a big turnaround. I think it's awesome, like media wins when you cover a program. It makes everyone so at ease when you're winning. So, everyone wins when, the team wins, honestly. So,
so we've been used to, a lot of awkward press conferences after losses. And now all of a sudden, a little better mood and finally learning what it's like to be in a bowl and like covering that stuff. I got to cover the 2020 Alamo Bowl, but that was a little different, COVID year. Now we're like really seeing a true, chase for a conference title for the first time since the first time in a full season since we've been covering the Buffs.
Exactly. It's so night and day from anything that I've personally seen myself. So I love it. I think it's huge. But with that said, I'm a big positive, genuine person. So I like to end on a lot of positivity. So with that said, where do you see your career in the next 15 to 20 years? Where do you want to be growth-wise, experience-wise, and just everything down the line? Where do you see yourself, Jack?
I mean, I take from what I've learned throughout college and since graduating is covering high school sports is something that I take a lot of pride in, and it's very fulfilling work, I think, for me. I think it makes a big impact in the community, so I think it'd be really cool to go down that path. But also at the same time, it'd also be cool to cover professional sports, baseball, preferably if possible, but because that's also kind of been a passion of mine my entire life. One of those two routes would be nice. Love covering college as well, but high school and pro would be cool to kind of get into those realms a little bit more over the next few years. We'll see what happens though, and if you keep working hard, I think good things happen.
Exactly. Good things happen to good people, and you're definitely one of the best people I've ever met in this industry. So I can't thank you enough for, helping me, guiding me, especially when I ask some of the dumbest questions sometimes. So thank you for that.
We're here. You do great work as well. And it's been awesome. Getting to know you a little bit more since, you've kind of came back full street steam into the Colorado beat. It's been really fun.
Yeah, no, it's been exciting to be back. It's been a hiatus of 3 years, so to be back is just awesome. So, yeah. And then also, too, you don't have to give me a direct quote, but what is a quote and like just a statement that you kind of live by when it comes to just, do you think, that keeps you motivated, keeps you on the right track, just keeps you, your headspace light and just, on the right
I
tune?
I like something I learned growing up in baseball. Just control what you can control. I think that's really important in sports writing, and know that I mean, you are going to make mistakes for sure, and sometimes those are controllable. But at the same time, when things don't go your way because of things you can't control, you can't let that get to you. Um, and as long as, as I said, just if you keep working hard and continue getting 1% better each day, good things usually happen.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, like I said, thank you for being on the first introductory show to this. Like I said, this show wouldn't even have happened if you weren't the first person on it. Like I said, that you had to be the first person to start it off. So I was happy that you were able to make it happen. So thank you again for being on it.
Awesome.
Too,
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
it was fun, Taylor. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. And we will see you at the game on Saturday, right?
Yes, looking forward to it.
Thank you, Jack. You have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thanks, Taylor. You too.
Bye bye.